Hello again, everyone. No one. And welcome to Chapter 3 of
Previously on Alan Wake. Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see a white again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend.
There's that lamp knock
The
again.
ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
Special
Just the way it was on
Agent
that page.
Barry.
So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
There's a lot of really colorful characters in this game, like the redneck camo guy, kidnapper, and the redneck camo guy,
How the hell did she get her hands on the
sheriff,
manuscript anyway?
and the redneck
I don't know.
waitress
She's
lady,
resourceful. I told you were too hard on her.
Jewish
Listen,
agent
I
guy.
found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
And again,
Okay, I'll be
another
right
thing
over,
many
Sheriff.
games are guilty of is
Let's make this
having
quick,
a cutscene. It's a lot lower
Okay,
quality
folks.
than the rest of the game.
Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose.
Oh.
Works as a waitress down at the diner.
It's
Rose, sure.
redneck
Nice girl.
camo Louis
Who
C.K.
wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting.
Look at Barry's
Well,
face.
I'll show you her trailer.
He looks so despondent.
That Rose is a nice girl.
I'm
Always
sad,
pays her
Barry.
As I was saying, Al, I
Oh,
found
Randolph,
all
of
sorts
course.
weird stuff
Of course,
in the
Randolph, the one with the limp.
This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends.
Where other
come true,
games might do
and,
things,
get
I guess more
this,
recent games
most of
might
the
do
stuff
things
takes
like
place
match
around
NPC
Cauldron
walking
Lake.
speed to the
Well,
character
you
walking
ain't wrong,
speed so that
mister.
you can get where
The
you want
Indians
to go
thought the
without
lake
having
was
to
a
wait for too
doorway to the
long.
underworld.
Alan Wake is going to
I'm the
double
guy
down
trying
on
to
the
talk
unpopular
myself. I
trend
don't know
by
what I
making you follow a
Yeah,
crippled person.
okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called
okay. It's a
Thomas
good excuse for
Zane.
narrative.
Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of
We're
searches.
learning things about the
couldn't find
story.
a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the
Oh,
morning.
is
As
there a
if it
boat
had
there?
fallen From the sky.
I hadn't noticed
But it would take a tornado to lift
from a
something
sky
like
cam.
that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Damn lucky. And of course, they have these roadblock signs here so that you know not to drive your car into the boat. Similarly to the plane yesterday, what kind of vandal would go around dropping historical vehicles on people and things and other vehicles? Modern vehicles. Here we have space age 21st century plant bumping technology.
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not standing directly next to you enough?
It gets better.
That's right.
A local girl, Barbara Jagger,
This-
drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier.
This lock bar
They
makes
were
chain
lovers.
noise.
Sure,
Because
Jagger's a
fuck
local
you.
spook store.
That's why.
The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like
Anyway, Al,
Oh,
just
that's
getting
clever.
to the best part.
Here we
All
have
of the articles about
Orange
the stuff
Stripe,
were written by Cynthia
everyone's
Weaver.
favorite beer.
I asked
Or is
around,
that a red stripe?
and
I don't
she's
know,
that
colorblind,
crazy
shut up.
bag lady you met.
that. What? The lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both
that's a red
Jagger
stripe.
and Zane
They
before
are
they
drinking
both
red
died,
stripe.
and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Funny. Did they really? A breakdown, you say? Whew. Screen tearing, though. Hold on. I've angered the gods of Alan Wake. Yes, I have. Well, that was interesting. Maybe now we know why VSync was off. They knew. They knew about this all along. Jesus. Wonder how much more. Yep. Oh, and now it's not upset. Once you're in the... No, it's just preset to high. Well, fingers crossed that they programmed working VSync to this
Well,
game.
you ain't wrong, mister.
Oh, and what do you
The
know?
Indians
They
thought
did.
the lake was a doorway to the
Wonderful.
underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah,
We can check out
okay.
this sick motion
Anyway,
blur.
There was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Yeah, you get that chain lock.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier.
That's just lazy
They
sound
were
design.
lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratchin' Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Go on. Is nobody interested in the breakdown? Break it down for us, Barry. No, I
Well,
guess
mister,
not.
this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
It's just a conversation. Is this crazy lamp lady again? Alan, knock.
Welcome to...
Oh,
Oh dear.
it's crazy waitress
Mr.
lady.
Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript.
Rose.
I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry!
And
What?
nobody thought she was acting weird.
What?
Because horror tropes. I asked for cream.
It's coming for you,
Open mouth.
hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
She's insisting.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
Not
I
creepy.
can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an
How
imaginary
many people
editor to
idolize
help me.
writers anymore?
She's an old woman in a funeral dress.
I remember when I was a
call her
young
Barbara
girl,
Jagger.
I had
She's
posters of
very
Salman
strict.
Rushdie
I'm
and Ray
writing faster
Bradbury
and
on
faster.
my wall.
My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting
Rose
very
took a day
aggressive.
from me.
Each day
I
there's
had less than
of me.
12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
She knows blue.
That's alright, I'm just gonna leave
My
without
gun
Barry.
and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible.
That's right.
There was no time to waste.
We're gonna do this by just leaving Barry behind. It's quick, it's easy, it's efficient. We're not big Barry fans here. Stupid windbreaker. Nobody wears the North Face in Maine, Barry. Alan will always be haunted by his failure to win a title at the 1993 low fence jumping championships.
Oh, you're gonna get it now.
Oh.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest!
Hemingway.
You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Blaine!
Sweet little time effects.
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind,
God.
but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
I was starting to miss the dark anonymous forest. I know. If I just run straight down the clear path without deviating, everything will be okay. Right, Alan? There's too much fog for them to see me anyway. Ha! Yeah, fuck your car. Oh no, they just turned it off. Can I hide? No.
There he goes!
Shh! Just don't tell anyone you saw me. Ow.
Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
No, he's not. Shut up. Everyone just needs to calm down, put their guns away, stop pointing their flashlights at me. Right? We're just gonna stop looking for Alan. This seems pretty ironic because most of the time you're shining a flashlight at bad guys, and now the cops are shining flashlights at you and you're trying to hide in the darkness.
God! Come on, guys! We need to head him off!
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer in the ferry, it opened its eyes.
That's one interesting thing about the manuscript pages, is that they'll give you some information about the story, like little vignettes like that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Damn! Which is cool, but again, it just sort of makes it more frustrating that you can't get all of them without beating the game first and then playing it again. Looks like we're not having much luck with the shadowy dudes down there. Which is strange. You would have thought that... I mean, does the darkness explicitly follow Alan around? Because there have been scenes where it'll take someone over that's not Alan. Or does it only take people over in the forest at night and people just never go into the forest until now because Alan is running through it? That one guy seemed like he knew about them, and he wasn't telling anyone. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
This horror was everywhere I went,
Right?
circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
You have to wonder why this wasn't an issue earlier. Nothing bad's gonna happen to that helicopter, is it? I want to stop shooting me. What does that mean? Oh, it's the crows. The crows get the helicopter. Or does nothing get the helicopter? Weird. It sounded like it was being shot. But who would shoot a helicopter? Everyone knows that these little taken dark guys use, you know, axes and stuff. Stumbling around like a drunk person. Oh! I wonder if I should look through this. Okay, that's actually more pointless than I thought it might be. Oh, look at coffee service. God knows I love those coffee services. Oh my god, more coffee services. It's like Christmas right now. That's what it looks like here. It's really hoping for a manuscript page.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Could you? Is that going anywhere?
Go ahead, Mulligan, over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Better go find one. Will
There was no power to the searchlight.
Oh no, I gotta find another thing to do the first thing. To do the third thing. To get my wife back. Ah! My wife. Chill. Is that power leaking out of the cable? Like a garden hose? Seriously? Wow.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Well. Yeah. Kick that sumbitch. Nice. So now it's working again. We can assume that it isn't leaking electricity. Oh, it's already pointed at the thing. Man. It sure is convenient that it worked for just long enough to destroy that gate. A flashlight. What's it illuminating? Nothing. That's a missed opportunity. Chill. Well, now the game has an excuse to be super dark. One enjoyable thing about this game is that you can switch the shoulders by clicking in the right stick. One frustrating thing about this game is that if you aim to the left, it'll be back over the other shoulder again. What is the meaning of this in-game scary music?
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Were they, though? Whoa, bros. Can't we like chalk us out? Flashbang. Nice. See, that's good. The fact that you can kill them with the flashbang is nice. Enough the bang probably does much good. Ow. Yeah, that's kind of a dumb situation. Oh. I have to use the flashbangs. Of course I do. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you dodge at the right moment, and even in the right direction, but I guess if he's out of stamina, or if two people are trying to hit you at once, it doesn't always work. There we go. As he improved his low wall jumping skills, Alan once again remembered the 1993 Regional Low Fence Jumping Championships and wondered, could he be an athlete again? Could he be a star? Only time will tell. Right, and of course it doesn't kill this guy. Needs extra attention. In light. The hidden messages started out kind of cool, but the light versus dark cliche when you take you so far. Although Alan Wake does get some good mileage out of it. It does get old after a while. And only 3 chapters in. Oh no. It's okay. Throwing flashbang grenades at dudes wearing cowboy hats is still pretty fun. I mean, you have to wonder, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but like putting you in the role of like this, you know, pretentious, educated New York East Coast writer, and having him kill all these like shadowy hick country goons, you know, are they like trying to play to a certain audience? Is that a thing that's happening here? I'm not killing very many berries, that's for sure. Oh, in the wheelbarrow. That was beautiful. Should be a championship for throwing grenades at wheelbarrows, so Alan Wake can disappoint at it just like he failed to the 93 jumping ones. God, you suck.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coma.
This is why he's a writer and not a basketball player. Another thermos. Nope. I'm gonna not pick that one up out of protest. There we go. It's a trailer park. The night owl. Are those eyes? Oh, it's just a weird reflection. Hey!
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, stop recording!
Compassionate viewpoint, Florida. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt her.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Damn those FBI triggers. With their guns and their just East Coast names like Nightingale.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs.
Sick reference, bro.
That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Jump for joy right here. Nice. Maybe we can hop a train and just get the fuck out of here. Oh, right. I need my wife. Give me my family back. Of course I don't have a gun. Why would I have a gun? Flares are alright. I'm not gonna complain about flare. I'm just gonna chill out here. Okay, I got shotgun ammo. 4 flares, and I'm guessing... No? My friends are gone. That's too bad. Because now I have a revolver! I hear scary... Oh, there they are. There's scary music. Where's the bad guys? That's one thing that... it's a problem that's definitely unique to video games as an art form or medium of communication, because you have scripted events and things like scary musics that are set to trigger when scary things happen.
There was no sensible reason
but
for
only in a
the power
video
company
game
Woodlights to be here.
where the director and
It was almost
the
as if they'd
creator
been
do
left
not
for someone
have
like me to
full
use.
control over the final experience. Do you have something where scary music will start when there's no scary guys, or in such a way that will sort of ruin the surprise of scary guys to come. What does it say? In light, you can hurt them. Man, this wall writing is just laden with good, timely, useful advice. Here are red stripe cans. Can I knock these over with my flashlight? Intensify! Photons, go! Nope. Just like one of those circus games. Oh, there's a shotgun. I thought that was a table leg. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Is it too late for me to turn those things back on? There's a lot of dudes here. Yeah, there we go. Haha, so... There. Whew. The key to dodging is... Whew. is to dodge before they look like they're about to hit you. Just because you know that they're mad and they hate Americans for being happy. Flare! Ah! It's because of our freedoms. Light, do it, go, make happen. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You know. What's it saying? The darkness controls the taken. Man, I'm just learning so much today. I see a manuscript page. I'm gonna run for it! Maybe I can still bring the killer what he wants. Thank God for that radar though. Otherwise I totally would have tried to go through that impassable fence. Huh. Unless there was a tree branch there. Man. There are some seriously under-caffeinated people living around this town. I wonder if that's why the police are so useless against these monsters. It's like, where's the coffee? The donuts will remain woefully undunked. Here we have our emergency box filled with Energizer batteries and generic brand shotgun munitions. I guess that's something to not complain about, is that they're not advertising any actual ammo brands.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. It keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore.
None of the horrifying things that have happened so far, any sort of justification to think that this is not just some kind of regular kidnapping scheme. Quintessential Half-Life bridge level.
That was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
It was taking over somewhere around 15 to 20% of the objects in my vicinity before I started to make this flare. Just lit a flare.
And a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore.
That is obnoxious.
I hoped I could find a car from there.
All right.
darkness that was pursuing me was
taking
growing
over
stronger,
right now.
and it was taking over
The optimal strategy for these objects is just to constantly spam Okay, surviving this time. That's nice. The key was indeed used lots of batteries. Ooh, maybe dodging would be better. Where's the other one? Yeah, fuck it. To the light. I mean, I think the thing to be the most thankful
As a
for is that
teenager,
whatever
just
this
starting to
monster
get
is
interested
has
in
figured
writing,
out how electrical
Stephen King had been a
substations
source
work
of
yet.
inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books.
Oh, chill.
No one is safe in a good horror story.
Yeah, how do I not
Certainly
have, like,
not
a
the
mag light
protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
It was getting closer. I could tell because of the drama and the tension, and also because I had just gotten a new flashlight. Oh no.
Did you call 911?
If only I had some kind of heavy-duty industrial flashlight to fight this darkness. Sucking! Yeah. Back! Back, demon! Chill enough. Not chill. Zero chill. Yeah, fuck this. That explains why I had that flashbang. In light, you can hurt them. Didn't it just say that, like, just earlier? Whew. Yeah. I need some useful information, like he's around that corner or look behind me. I don't get why he doesn't just cover himself in like glow sticks. Those last for a while. Like those little bicycle helmet lights and stuff. The reflectors. Yeah, reflective gear. If I were him, I would be wearing so much reflective gear right now. Like, it doesn't make its own light, but you can just shine your flashlight on yourself and blind the monsters. See, that's a good lazy solution to a problem like monsters bringing darkness. Driving darkness caterpillars! Oh, that's no good. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? That's not better. stop this tractor for a while. Oh, nope, no I haven't. Jesus. This is cool, right? I can just do this. Oh, how long ago should I have pressed this button? For survival! This keeps turning around. This is the worst rodeo ever. If I do say so myself, I make a pretty damn good rodeo. Woo!
So,
a stoplight.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours
What's
to
up,
get
Mom?
to the coal mine.
I realized when I got home from Costco last time
Yeah.
that I had forgotten to get any ice cream.
Okay.
I've never had any.
Okay.
We have many ice creams.
Ed came over and did air conditioning stuff.
Far now.
Yeah, he let us know he was coming.
Okay, cool.
Is the AC on now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's set to like 78 or 80.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
That's what I told him.
But we'll see how Frank does with it. If he's too cold, we'll just turn it back off and get a new
Today, I will
Okay.
the kidnapper.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this video and then I'll eat some of your ice cream.
Any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Whew. Go to the coal mine. Still really digging his running style. I am Alan Wake, and I must. That old man jog. It's picturesque out here, though. Shafts of sunlight falling across the side of the mountain, covered in dewy grass. It smells like America. I guess we would be able to see the dewy grass if our draw distance was better. Should I have gotten in the truck? Would that have been a better idea? Now we must beg ourselves the question, is it worth more felonies as that angry FBI guy steal his car and just get to the coal mine a little bit faster? We've decided the answer is yes. Out, bitches. That's why you always get the off-road vehicle. For coal mine work. Alright. We've pushed it to our limit. Nope. Nope, there's a bridge right there. And a trail. This is why I don't steal cars in real life. He runs like Optimus Prime. I imagine enormous thunking metallic sounds every time I see him take a step. And here we have a radio that we could spend the next 5 minutes standing around listening to. And a car. Now we can take the bridge to the coal mine and get our way back and yes. Should I be suspicious that this license plate doesn't say anything on it? Oh my god, none of them do. I want answers, kidnapper man. What if he was hiding in the porta potty? They should let you check. Every game should have a check the porta potty option. For safety. Teach our children how to look after themselves.
Welcome back to KBF.
Is that a walk?
Hope you enjoyed that too. Now, Doc, you were talking
No.
about life and
I don't know what
finding
that
that
is.
special something, that soulmate. Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't like. To me, that's strange because I always think it was a hopeless romantic.
I wonder if I can survive this fall.
You got me there, man. But I think
Maybe I won't try. But I bet I could survive this fall. Yeah, that's right. Stop being so injured. You fell into your legs, not your ribs. It was the shockwave of organs. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is taking so long. I have a feeling like I should still be in the car. We've come too far now. Get back down. Oh wait, what? That was the coal mine? Oh. How long have I been doing this so far? 42 minutes in this current chapter, and I'm willing to bet that like 20 of that is just Optimus priming around the landscape. I don't make good robot noises, which is a good thing. You should be suspicious of me if my robot noise making is too accurate.
I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Oh, I thought he was like exaggerating. It's actually a museum.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me.
Those damn cops.
The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
The likelihood that he was killed by dark monsters seems pretty negligible for some reason.
Wait,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
First, I hadn't stepped into the right corner.
It was close. Maybe
make
closer than
things
ever
happen.
before.
How did I get locked in? It's so stupid. Alan, you're stupid. You deserve what's happening to you right now. Another throws. Get myself some Energizer brand batteries. They'll save you from the darkness. Gosh. This reminds me of that N64 game Rocket Robot on Wheels that all takes part in an amusement park. Caution! Do not stick your arms and legs outside of the vehicle. Whoa. They just came out of nowheres. First we got hard hat guy. Because I'm from New York and hard hats are scary. Even that doesn't make sense. Because they do tons of construction in New York. It's more like, I'm a pretentious writer person and blue collar workers are scary. Hey, fuck off. Man, some last minute shots and some badly aimed shots, but that's okay because there's an extra box of ammunition right behind these guys, from which I will take my fill. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's talk about this. How long ago did they make railroad roads out of wood planks? There we go. Oh no. The shaky darkness. Oh, come on. No bueno. Woo. Oh, man. Killing furniture certainly takes a toll.
What the hell?
I have to go towards it. It's the only way.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Just drive over it. Right? No? We gotta turn the power off. Right. In this particular instance, you are turning the power off. And it's not ride you're messing with. I don't think I don't just drag you out of the car and do whatever nefarious thing it is they do to you when they catch you. Hit you with their sticks. Oof, brutal. Brutal. Woo! No gang attacks. Gosh, why do they all have to be wearing hard hats? Oh. Why am I not wearing a hard hat? flare gun. Nice. I can't wait to forget that I have it equipped and shoot something from this. Chill. Man. I sure hope there isn't like another wave of darkness dudes that comes to attack me. Oh, nope. It's just gonna be the furniture again. Oh, I've never tried blowing up these things. I should do that. For posterity. Alright. Time to take these coal carts or whatever seriously. I wonder how many things there are to be thrown at me. Who wants to stab me with their long knives? Who wants to come over in this direction? I bet you. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ah! Shoot the thing! Shoot the thing! Oh Christ. Oh my god. Nope. That's not what I meant to do that. Alright, so note to self, these things are basically useless. It's impossible to know where you're aiming. Well, that's new. What? Ooh. Ow. Whew. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna shoot you with a flare gun. Seems like a more convenient choice. Reach the mirror peak lookout. Oh, for fuck's sake. Who cares? So, another issue, or complaint I would have, you can probably tell I'm experiencing right now, is that flying objects are just so obnoxiously tedious. Okay. Thankfully, there's not that much of them. And to be fair, even though I have some qualms with the way the game manages its delivery of resources to the player, things like player guns and revolver rounds and things like that, it is ratcheting up in intensity. And trust no one, like, really? These wall phrases are just sort of turning into rehashed rephrasings of sort of the same thing over and over again. Huh. This looks an awful lot like the other silo I was just in. Or, I guess not a silo, you know, some kind of warehouse. Anonymous wooden bullshit with a completely out of place easy chair staring at the window. Follow. What's this gunk on the ground? That must not be that. No, it's just oil or gas or something. Because I can't destroy it with my flashlight. Right on. Open. Use. Pick up. Exit. Here we go. I should. One thing I should have thought of
flashbang grenades were standard power
when
company equipment.
I first started playing this game was to keep a tally of the number of times you have to restart the power to a gate that either needs to open or needs to stop being electrocuted. And here you can see what I was mentioning in the last chapter about sort of kiting the taken by selectively and strengthening boosting your flashlight. Because even if, I guess I should have demonstrated on that guy, but even if you've gotten rid of their, even if you've popped their little darkness bubble or whatever, as you can see this sphere that gets smaller and smaller until it disappears and they're vulnerable to regular gunfire. Even if they've lost that little bubble, boosting your flashlight at them will still make them kind of cower like that. So it can be a really good way to manage large groups of people. Flashbangs, also a handy tool. Not getting hit with enormous sledgehammers, another advisable tactic. And again, that flashlight kiting, or the boost stun, whatever you want to call it based off of what you're using it for, can be a good way to sort of instantaneously avoid damage, because as you saw in my previous death, his little swoop dodge can be pretty notoriously unreliable. I should wait until they're a little closer. Another immediate gripe I would have is that it can be really difficult to tell the difference between a regular enemy and the kind of enemy you should actually be watching out for and taking precautions with, because they don't do a lot, you know. They all wear hard hats. Those ones tend to have bigger axes, but you you know, in the heat of the moment, it can be tough to judge just by their size, because they're all black and full of darkness. Opaque silhouettes. I would not make a good game hunter. Oh, it's just a coffee thermos. Okay. What I really want is that bright ass light down here. Full of supplies, it looks like. Hunting rifle ammo and whatnot. Batteries, ammo, shotgun ammo. And you can tell, just by things like the length of the chapters. This one is probably about to be over, and it's just running over an hour now, plus the couple deaths and restarts that I needed. Not needed. The couple deaths that I had and the restart that I had to do after VSync crashed the game. And so you can tell, you know, by the carefully. That's what I'm looking for. The carefully curated chapter length and the supply drops that tend to come in sort of just at the right time, along with light checkpoints and things like that. It's a... You can tell that there is a lot of obviously playtesting and design that went into every encounter with the Taken and things like that. And it just heightens the feeling of disappointment a little bit more that so many of the encounters feel so generic and just kind of like filler. There's a lot of filler in this game. So far, plot-wise, what's happened is that, you know, they checked into a cabin and the cabin disappeared. Alan thought his wife was kidnapped and now he's looking for her. And there isn't a lot, you know, so far, almost 4 chapters in, and we're not seeing, you know, it's just constantly running through the forest from point A to point B for no particular reason. In this chapter especially, we had a kidnapping that was set up in one of the earlier chapters, and still hasn't been resolved. We had one of those sort of filler moments where we meet up with the kidnapper and we work with him and we follow him, and introduces a sort of unique, if frustrating and ill-advised gameplay moment. And then he disappears with no explanation, and we've got to run through the forest to go somewhere else. And so there's a lot of excuses for this sort of dark forest suspense atmosphere, as other games have made popular. And what the hell is that? Oh. Putting him out of his misery was the only humane thing to do. So in this episode, we spent most of the episode going to meet up with the kidnapper. And then we get to where we're supposed to meet up with the kidnapper, which is sort of like player bait. You know, they're keeping you interested by making you believe that the next revelation will be just around the corner. And it's not something that people who consume stories or media are unfamiliar with. Things like chapters in books, especially books like A Song of Ice and Fire series, where it'll switch viewpoints between the characters at the end of a chapter, and there's cliffhangers pretty much everywhere. Movies, yes, still do it, not quite to the same extent. Serialized TV shows probably the most guilty of it. And then games do it a lot too, and again, Alan Wake is in particular guilty because of its inadvisable habit of saying, you know, to keep the player interested, we're going to bring you here with the promise of continuing the storyline and finding the character, etc. When you get there, you get a phone call that says, you know, you can't speak to your wife, nothing's changing, there is no plot, now you need to go to point C. And that is frustrating for a number of different reasons, the most of which just because they don't have to do it that way. There's plenty of gameplay to go around. There's more than enough opportunities to shoot taken monsters, and really all it is just lazy writing, which is maybe ironic in a game about a writer.
The dark presence was moving
But I
ahead of
suppose
me
what's
in
more
the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach.
It's writing that
Was
got
it
us
going
into
for
this problem in
Alice?
the first place. So, there you go. Don't write. Writing is bad. And again, here you have somebody who's smaller. This would appear to be a boss, because only the bosses do this really frustrating teleport run thing that they do. And of course, had I known that there was going to be a boss out here, I would have worked harder to save my flares. My flare gun. Oh, I guess I have a lot of flare gun ammo. Just wait for him to decide he likes me. And then we were friends forever.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
So, this is like single player Daisy. Whoa! Of course, just in time. And that's another frustrating thing about the objects, is that unlike something like the gunplay in this and almost any other first or third person action shooter game, whoops, you have a different choice in firepower that will allow you to strategically manage your resources in an intelligent way. So
The place was dead,
in this game,
a ghost town. Had
another
been for
example,
decades, maybe a century.
you have these much stronger monsters that you can choose to use your much stronger gun to fight them, but you don't have to. But the gun will still make short work of them. And the frustrating thing about this flashlight mechanic is that unless you want to use your flare gun ammo or your flares or flashbangs, of which I have none left, you just got to sit there, and even with the industrial flashlight charged, ready to have batteries pumped into it, there's only so high of a rate of health drain you can get from the possessed object. And you just sort of stand there, pointing your beam at it, and the tension is lowered a little bit if you have this feeling like you can't dodge it with some of the bigger and more unruly objects like this. You know, it's just sort of, I'm not feeling a lot of tension because it's just so obnoxious. I just point my flashlight at it and hope that I could dodge it the right direction in time if I have to. But it's not really scary. And it doesn't really fit with the I'm probably gonna die right now. It doesn't really fit with the sort of the other thematic elements of the game, where, you know, people being possessed by the darkness makes sense on some kind of level and is scary, but objects being possessed by the darkness sort of conforms to a different set of rules. It's like the difference between this and that Richard Matheson short story where the little Aztec doll comes to life and tries to kill its owner. You know, sort of combining both into the same universe makes the concept seem a little tired after a while. And again, it's just sort of you have to wonder who is playing this thought that this would be sort of an enjoyable gameplay mechanic. But achievements are nice. So there's that. And of course, who doesn't love coffee thermoses? And again, even just with the objective marker on the map, you know, it doesn't even say that I'm going anywhere to do anything. It just says cross the ghost town, and now I need to find a key for the door, which isn't the first time I've needed to find a key for things like Barry's truck, for example. And so despite having pretty solid, if again sort of shallow core gameplay, decent execution, good polishing, you know, it's just chock full of this filler.
Anything
sort of
outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill.
Travel stuff.
I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void.
Even though usually I won't sit here and stare at these TV sets, it can be interesting, but there's just so much going on here, it's a little overloaded. You have Alan Wake staring at Alan Wake in the room that he was trapped in through this television set that's obviously an anachronism, sort of poking at that camera, while a third Alan Wake narrates as if he is neither of the first two, which just really doesn't make a lot of sense as far as how to interpret that instance of sort of horror. And this is actually a perfect example where something like this, an event like that, of the tree falling down, being felled, where you can see it's cracked, sort of all this floating detritus in the aftermath, and the weird, scary noise that it made, that's sort of like a horror event, where something scary happens, you witness it. In a game like this, you sort of see the character witness it, and you know how to interpret it. It's creepy, it's weird. With the TVs, it seemed like they were trying a little bit too hard, where they wanted to go for, you know, how can we do the creepiest brain bending? Oh my God, what's going on? We'll confuse the people so much it'll be so scary. But really, it ends up being more confusing and less scary.
The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
God, that kidnapper. I want to see what other work that voice actor has done.
Birds.
Which would otherwise need no introduction. Which reminds me of Dark Souls. No, don't fall! All it needs is little player-written messages telling you that there's a treasure chest down in the abyss somewhere. Exit the silver mine. Shouldn't I bring some silver with me? I mean, you know, not for like the story or anything, but just stuff's valuable. It's also a good conductor of electricity if I ever need to stop any more electrical leaks. I know he would get less tired if I took my finger off the left bumper and made him stop trying to sprint, but at this point I'm just stubborn. Why would you make a character run so far and then, you know, like there's a graph that shows me exactly how much flashlight battery I have. There's no stamina bar. Oh no. Not sort of more random dudes for no particular reason. Woohoo! That didn't go too badly. I only had to use one flare round. There's ammo over here. There's one box of hunting rifle ammo. Just take what you can get. And again, I am really enjoying these lighting effects. Shine your light at things in the darkness. The shadow effects of the ambient occlusion is done pretty well. Although I'm not sure if it's
my way up
an intentional artistic choice or if it is the occlusion, but
help me with that.
Sometimes characters and cutscenes and things like that, they just have this really creepy darkness aura. And here we have another. Ooh, it's tricky because how do I know at what point is the best for me to use it as a bridge? Like puzzles like that are kind of pointless and stupid. Although who's to say that, you know, the added sort of incremental amount of player interaction with the world doesn't make the game at least slightly more enjoyable, even if the puzzle is sort of pedantic and trite. To be fair, it's not like a main mechanic in the game so far. Well, to be fair, I don't know how many. It doesn't say how many episodes there are, does it? It does not. I've been calling them chapters this whole time. I'm gonna keep calling them chapters. That's a good call. It's a book about a writer, for Christ's sake. Do not call them chapters. And it's not a book. It's a video game. But I digress. crap, I was talking about. Oh yeah, this is the episode 3, and this is the second. This is the second time I've had to do one of these little platform puzzles, consisting of using a lever to move a platform up or down so that you can step on it later. That was actually sort of creative. But again, it took me 4 times as long to realize and remember that this insanely conveniently placed beam was covering up a hole that you could fall through than it did for me to figure out that that was part of a puzzle of some kind to continue moving the platform up and down. So again, it's still a really enjoyable game, but you can see it definitely shows its flaws in areas where you're fighting. You spend more time puzzling out the mechanics of the gameplay than you do the actual creator-designed puzzles.
Just great.
Yeah, and again, as a writer, I can understand why it's difficult to attack something like that, but having the main character complain about the reintroduction of a stupid cable car sequence doesn't necessarily make the reintroduction of a stupid cable car sequence any more enjoyable for the player. Especially if it just becomes a rail shooter with more of those sort of clunky, that's not clunky, but sort of unresponsive, disappointing, unfun, not exactly sure what to call it. But the flashlight really only works when it's cleared in the ground. When you have sort of the flashlight as your thing that removes their defenses and the gun is the thing that finishes them off, that makes for, again, some really interesting gameplay styles and moments. Whereas if the flashlight is your only weapon, suddenly the entire thing becomes sort of bland and uninteresting as you just sit there and aim at it until it dies. That scared me so much I had to stop running for a second. And here we have some kind of wood burning stove that appears to be burning for some reason. And a hunting rifle. I won't say no to. And at some point, eventually, we may make it to the lookout. I just watched the new Mad Max movie last night, a couple nights ago for the first time, and I'm starting to think about the Mirror Peak Lookout, like the green place in that movie. Like, maybe someday our children will get to live there, but me, I'm gonna die in this forest. Not even the monsters, just of age. And again, not 10 minutes later, we've got another, you know, suspended over a ravine on a narrow precipice trope. And here come the crows, I assume? Oh no. Okay. That's sort of creative. No patience! Eat flare. Yeah, okay, yeah, Is this more hidden stuff? I wonder what kind of paint only shows up under the flashlight. Alan, you really have to stop smoking. Here we have another manuscript page that I am not going to read. And Alan is tired again. And I do think this really highlights my frustration at the fact that I know, despite the fact that the flashlight, if you charge it enough, will, when it runs out of battery, it'll flicker, and that's how you know you can't use the flashlight. There does appear to be some sort of hidden shit. There does appear to be some sort of hidden stamina bar that determines how athletic Alan can be at any given point, and if I do like this until he starts running like a dead man, oh god damn it, and he'll run out of breath, and then if I let him have his moment to catch his breath, wait for the panting to subside, then I'll grab this manuscript page, I'll start sprinting again, or running or jogging or whatever. And as you can see, he'll lose his breath really quickly. And so in a game where you spend so much time just running around the forest, it would be nice if I knew, it would be nice if there weren't a stamina limit, because it certainly doesn't do anything to help with attention. But it would also be nice if I knew how much stamina I had left to use. Talk to me on TV, Tom. Well, that's interesting. That's sort of a deviation from the usual thing. Tom, I miss you, Tom. Tom. Did you write this? I miss you, Tom. Oh, wow. It's a lot of Toms. I curse you, Thomas Zane. Tom. I miss you, Tom. Huh. I read the writing on the wall, and it appeared to have been written by an angsty teenage girl. Don't quote me on that. Or tell it to children. Oh wow. How quaint that I would have just picked up an entire box of those. I guess an entire box of those. I thought my shadow was a shadow person. Woo! Ooh, again, super frustrating. You're dodging, but he just doesn't make the dodge happen. Maybe that's a consequence of the low stamina, but I don't know whether it was or not, because I don't know how much stamina I had, because the music was too loud for me to hear Alan panting, and for some reason it's become a popular user interface design choice lately to just stamina, just to make stamina something that you don't have a bar for and you have to listen to your character getting tired. I remember the first game they presented it at an E3 sometime, I can't remember if it was like one of the Far Cries or something like that, where they were like, yeah, you can just watch him get tired and that's how you know. And ever since then, developers have experimented with different things like not being able to see the ammo counter for your gun, not being able to see
there was a light near it.
other sorts of resource expenditure, health, another big one, where you get Call of Duty, for example, you only know you're losing health because the screen starts to get bloody.
I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
But the fact that you have an interface for absolutely everything else in this game except for your stamina makes it seem like sort of an ill-advised design choice. Now you can be a diver like Thomas Zane. And the questions remain unanswered. The filler remains unfilled. And so, if you've been following along at all, you probably knew that I knew, or were at the very least able to guess on your own, that the kidnapper didn't actually have Alan's wife, and that he wasn't really a kidnapper, because there are a lot of things that don't add up, like his inability to control the dark creatures, the dark mom person's interest in Alan and his girlfriend and her ability to control the darkness. I mean, it's such a weak plot development and initial misdirection that it, again, just sort of seems like filler. We managed to get 3 episodes in, which at this count is about, about 4 hours, maybe 3, if I hadn't died at all or taken any time to explain things. It's about 3 to 4 hours of more or less mostly filler gameplay. Again, I probably have a different opinion if the plot devices were a little bit more creative or harder to guess, but such is not the case. So, again, there is a plot, but we'll just have to wait a little longer to get to it.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you in episode 4, chapter 4. I'm gonna double down on my decision to call them chapters. Episode's a stupid name.